It began like a whisper. The kind of rumor that fans dismiss at first but cannot ignore for long. For months, there had been speculation about a growing bond between Lee Jun-ho, celebrated idol actor of 2PM fame, and Yoona, the eternal goddess of girls' generation who had blossomed into one of Korea's most beloved actresses. They had worked together in drama projects, appeared side by side on variety shows, and were often caught on camera exchanging glances that seemed a little too genuine for scripted chemistry. But in the ruthless world of Korean entertainment, romance between top stars is often buried under agency denials and fan wars. No one could have predicted what was about to unfold: a real wedding, broadcast live, transforming fantasy into reality before millions of stunned viewers worldwide. The first clue appeared on a chilly Friday morning in Seoul. Whispers spread that luxury vans were pulling up to a secluded entrance of the Walker Hill Hotel Aston House, perched elegantly on a hill overlooking the Han River. This location was no stranger to grandeur. It had hosted the weddings of Korea's elite, a place where privacy met opulence. But this time, and you would host something unprecedented. Inside the majestic Aston House, with its panoramic views and regal gardens, staff worked feverishly behind closed doors. Trucks loaded with pastel roses, white orchids, and cascading chandeliers moved in under tight security. Rumors swirled that something monumental was happening. The truth emerged: Lee Jun-ho and Yoona were about to walk down the aisle, live before the world. Fans initially refused to believe it. The idea sounded like a plotline from a romantic drama, too fantastical to be true. Yet as invitations were leaked and media trucks began to surround the area, the reality hit. This was no commercial gimmick. This was the wedding of the year, perhaps even the decade, a union of two icons who had defined an era of K-pop and K-drama. The announcement that the ceremony would be broadcast live turned shock into hysteria. Hashtags exploded across Twitter within minutes: Jun-ho wedding, Dreamlike ceremony, Korea royal wedding. From Seoul to Singapore, from Los Angeles to London, fans braced themselves to witness history. As the cameras went live, the world was transported to fairy tale. The Aston House was bathed in golden sunlight. Gardens transformed into a floral wonderland. White silk drapes billowed gently in the autumn breeze, while crystal chandeliers suspended from temporary arches sparkled like stars brought down to earth. The seating was arranged in a crescent formation around a central aisle, creating the feeling that every guest, both in attendance and watching through screens, was part of an intimate yet monumental celebration. Then came the moment that silenced millions. Yoona appeared at the top of the aisle, in a custom Dior gown flown in discreetly from Paris. The dress shimmered with hand-sewn pearls and delicate lacework that seemed to glow under the soft lights. A tiara, understated yet regal, rested on her flowing hair, completing the image of a modern princess. The crowd gasped audibly. Fans watching online flooded chats with crying emojis and exclamations like, "She looks like an angel, and this is a real fairy tale," as she began her walk down the aisle, accompanied by the gentle chords of a live string quartet. The atmosphere was electric with reverence. Waiting at the altar stood Lee Jun-ho, his eyes shimmering with emotion. In a perfectly tailored black tuxedo with subtle embroidery of their initials hidden inside the jacket, he looked every inch the leading man of a grand romantic film. As Yoona approached, his lips parted slightly, and those watching could sense that he was struggling to hold back tears. She finally reached him. He whispered something inaudible, but the cameras caught his trembling smile. Fans later speculated endlessly about what he said. Some believed it was "You're my forever," while others claimed to lip-read "I can't believe this is real." Whatever the words, the emotion was undeniable. Ishant, a respected cultural figure chosen for his long history with both families, spoke about love that transcends fame. Reminded the audience that behind the dazzling lights of celebrity, Jun-ho and Yoona were two people who had found courage in each other. As they exchanged vows, the live audience and millions online seemed to hold their breath. Yoona's voice wavered slightly as she promised to stand by him in all the storms and sunshine ahead. Jun-ho, his tone steady yet heavy with feeling, vowed that he would protect her happiness with every beat of his heart. When the rings, simple yet elegant platinum bands, slipped onto their fingers, the venue erupted in applause. Online, the reaction was even more explosive. Social media platforms crashed under the weight of traffic, with livestream platforms reporting record-breaking numbers. Fans around the globe cried, laughed, Typed furiously to one another, "This is history in the making. Our idols are living their own K-drama ending. I'm crying harder than I did at my own wedding." The ceremony was not without surprises. Members of 2PM stood together and performed a heartfelt rendition of My House, a song that had once reignited Junho's popularity. Lyrics took on a whole new meaning, as though Junho was inviting Yoona not just into his house, but into his life. Then Girls' Generation, reunited for the occasion, serenaded the couple with Forever One, a song about enduring bonds and everlasting love. The performances transformed the wedding into a festival of nostalgia, bridging two legendary eras of Korean entertainment. The couple sealed their vows with a kiss. Fireworks erupted over the Han River, perfectly timed with the final notes of the orchestra. The image of Yoona and Junho kissing under a shower of petals and golden sparks became instantly iconic, plastered across headlines and trending pages worldwide. Fans declared it the Korean royal wedding, comparing it to the grandeur of European monarchs while insisting that it was even more magical because it united their beloved idols. In the hours following the live broadcast, the internet descended into chaos. International news outlets scrambled to cover the story, some initially questioning if the event was genuine or part of an elaborate promotional stunt. Agencies rushed to confirm, yes, it was real. Junho and Yoona were now officially husband and wife. Information sent fandoms into overdrive. On TikTok, clips of the bridal entrance gathered millions of views within minutes. On Twitter, fans translated vows into multiple languages, ensuring that no one was left out of the magic. On YouTube, action videos from fans across the globe went viral, showing people crying, screaming, or simply staring in awe at their screens. But as fairy tale perfect as the wedding appeared, the questions only deepened. How had they managed to keep the secret? What negotiations had taken place to allow such an unprecedented live broadcast? And what would this mean for their careers, their fandoms, and the entertainment industry as a whole? The dreamlike ceremony had ended, but the shockwaves were only beginning. Behind the scenes, the picture was even more dramatic. According to industry insiders, preparations for this wedding had begun almost a year earlier. The decision to choose Walker Hill Hotel Aston House was deliberate. Its reputation for privacy and exclusivity made it the perfect fortress against prying eyes. Every staff member hired for the event had signed strict non-disclosure agreements, with penalties so severe that no one dared whisper a word. Security teams patrolled the perimeter. Drones were disabled by jamming technology, and even catering staff were brought in under aliases to prevent leaks. The broadcast deal itself was the stuff of legend. Rumors suggested multiple platforms competed for exclusive rights, from Korean broadcasters to international giants like Netflix and Disney+. In the end, the couple allegedly chose a hybrid model, allowing both Korean networks and a global streaming platform to air the event. The figure whispered among executives? A staggering multi-million-dollar package that instantly made this the most lucrative wedding broadcast in history. The guest list, too, became a subject of fascination and drama. Cameras captured glimpses of A-list actors, idol groups, and even politicians slipping discreetly into the venue. Song Hye-kyo was seen arriving in a powder blue gown, while BTS's RM, dressed in classic black, nodded politely to the cameras before disappearing inside. Caught just as much attention, however, were the absences. Netizens debated furiously why certain stars, former rumored partners, industry rivals, or controversial figures, were nowhere to be seen. Speculated about silent boycotts, agency politics, or perhaps the couple's personal preferences. While social media fanned the flames of division, some fans celebrated wildly, naming Junho and Yoona the new golden couple of Korea. Heartbroken, declared they would retire from fandom life, unable to accept their idols in the arms of someone else. The polarization highlighted the fragile balance between fandom devotion and celebrity privacy. Yet, despite some backlash, overwhelming tone was one of celebration. Many praised the couple for their bravery, noting how rare it was for top stars to embrace love so openly in a culture where secrecy is the norm. The ripple effect spread far beyond emotions. Of companies associated with Yoona and Junho's endorsement skyrocketed overnight. Luxury brands like Dior and Cartier trended globally as fans dissected every detail of the bride's gown and jewelry. Reports emerged that advertising firms were lining up with offers exceeding $100 billion for the couple's first joint campaign. Analysts predicted that together, they'd rival even global celebrity power couples in terms of economic impact, becoming a brand unto themselves. But what about their futures? As newlyweds, would they continue to pursue their individual careers? Would they strategically merge their brands? Drama producers speculated about the potential of casting them together again, capitalizing on their real-life romance. Variety shows whispered about offering them appearances as a couple, visioning ratings gold. International fans begged for a honeymoon documentary, while gossip columns insisted they were headed to either Paris or the Maldives for a private getaway. Jeju Island was also mentioned, with insiders claiming the couple had quietly purchased a villa there months prior. The entertainment industry itself may never be the same. Choosing to live stream their wedding, Junho and Yoona shattered the veil of secrecy that has long defined Korean celebrity culture. They turned an event that could have been private into a global spectacle, redefining the boundaries between stars and their audiences. Critics worried this might pressure future celebrity couples into publicizing their private milestones, while supporters argued that the transparency was refreshing and liberating. As the night of the wedding drew to a close, the couple shared a quiet reception with their closest loved ones inside Aston House. Details are scarce, but those who attended whispered about emotional speeches, laughter, and a rare moment of vulnerability where both Junho and Yoona admitted that even they were overwhelmed by the magnitude of the day. They not only married each other, but they had merit in front of the entire world. In the end, one cannot help but wonder, was this wedding simply a dreamlike fairy tale captured on camera? Or was it the beginning of a new era for Korean entertainment? The image of Junho and Yoona, hand in hand, smiling under a sky lit with fireworks, remain etched in memory for years to come. Fans around the world will replay the live stream, dissect the vows, and cherish the performances that bridged generations. For now, what matters most is simple: two people found love, had expectations, and chose to share their happiness openly. The world witnessed not just a wedding, but history. As the dust settles, one truth is undeniable: Lee Junho and Yoona's live wedding has redefined what it means to be a celebrity couple, and their story has only just begun.